buying condominiums. They are quite complex. My background as a realtor, I've got a lot of experience in real estate, so I can help you through any kind of real estate transaction you're looking to buy. Like I mentioned before, I've flipped houses and condos here in Calgary since I moved here in 2005. I've bought and sold 2 houses, renovated and flipped them. I've bought and sold 2 condos, renovated and flipped them. And since that time, I've been able to get in the market. I own 3 rental properties and the property I currently live in now. So I've got that experience. If you're looking for that kind of realtor, I've got that behind me. Like I mentioned, I own rental property. I've also done some ventures with some partners. I put groups together. We've invested in property. I partner with builders. I've got some development experience. So if you're looking to purchase a property to build, whether it's for investment or for yourself, you want to build your own home, I've got experience because I've built luxury townhomes and new homes here in Calgary as well. I've helped buyers purchase new homes and new condos, like we talked about earlier. When you're looking to buy a condo, you're either buying a brand new or new building, so I can help you go through the process to make sure you're getting a good deal on the new condo, as opposed to being unrepresented. You go right to the building, and now if you're talking to a salesperson, I can kind of show you everything around there, do all the new projects on new condos, new homes, resale condos or resale homes. Anything that's a little bit older, that's kind of the bread and butter where I spend most of my time, but I've got all that experience, and I can help you along the way with that as well. I've assisted in new builds and helped people find property building homes, hooking up with different builders with permits and zoning and all that kind of stuff. Very strong background in that area. And also, if you're ever moving out of Calgary, or you know anybody moving out of Calgary, or someone in the city that's looking for a realtor, with my connection through RE/MAX and through the organizations I'm with, I can definitely make a really strong referral, not just here in Calgary, but all over the world. So if you know anyone moving, coming, give me a call, I can definitely hook you up with the right people. So let's go to the last slide of my presentation here. Just kind of give you a little bit about, I talked about what my experience is, and now I'm going to talk about some of my credentials. I work at RE/MAX, and for those of you who've never heard of RE/MAX, we're the #1 brand of real estate in the world, period. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX. In Calgary, there are, I believe, 8 RE/MAX offices. There's thousands of agents, but the office that I work at, RE/MAX Real Estate Professionals, we're the #1 RE/MAX office in Calgary as far as full-time realtors based on how many units we sold per realtor. #1. So the #1 real estate brokerage. I work at the #1 office. I'm a top 10 realtor in my office. There's 125 realtors. I finished in the top 10 last year. In all of Calgary, I was in the top 2% of all realtors in 2011. Just missed the top 1% by just a couple houses. I'm only 2.5 years into the business, so doing very well, very hard for all my buyers and my sellers. And in January in my office, I finished #2. So I help a lot of people find houses, I help sell houses, and I can definitely help you along the way throughout the whole process because I've got a lot of experience and tenure behind it. So having said that, we can go to the next slide. So now is my presentation. And just want to see if anyone has any questions or anything I talked about here or any subjects that I didn't talk about as far as purchasing real estate. So, done talking?
I'll just throw
sure.
it out just so you have a question.
Okay.
What do you think of the sell your own home websites, set amount, the pitfalls of those perhaps? I know
For sale by owner?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that goes out there. That happens, you see that once in a while. I can tell you, here's the statistic. 98% of people that go and try and sell their houses on their own, within 30 days, have contacted a realtor to list the property. The challenge is most realtors, it's not just most realtors don't want to show those properties, you're not getting the proper exposure, the proper representation, you don't know how to negotiate properly, because there's so many things involved in a real estate transaction, which we're going to find out right away on the legal side of it. There's so much behind the things that can go wrong in selling your house that if you don't have a realtor to represent you on the selling side and the buying side, I mean, there's a whole world of problems that can arise from it. So people selling on their home, by all means, I mean, I'll knock on those doors too if I have my buyers that are looking to purchase that home. We'll definitely see if we can work something out on that. But the odds are for people trying to sell their houses on their own through a WeList website or a first sale by owner website, 98% of them end up coming to a realtor because they can't sell on their own. They have a lot, it's too difficult. They don't know how to negotiate and all the other problems that come along with it. Not only that, I'll tell you this, the biggest for sale by owner company in Canada, the owner couldn't sell his house on his own, hired a RE/MAX realtor to get his house sold. It was in the papers, I have the article. So that's what I think about people trying to sell their houses on the road. If you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. If it doesn't work, people will us a call. All right, question?
Yeah, my question is on the statement that on the buying side,
Yeah,
and I decide to engage a realtor,
yeah,
I will pay nothing.
correct.
To the real.
To the realtor. You pay, you don't pay me.
Yeah.
Typically,
You will pay.
how it works, here's the benefit of like using this. So much that goes on, like I said, in a real estate transaction, so much knowledge that we can share with you to make sure you're buying property safely and making sure you're not spending too much money. When people hire a realtor to sell their home, a listing agent, I'll list a house, and then, I don't know what here. And usually the person that pays the fees for the realtor is the person selling the house. So that fee will pay the buying realtor. Therefore, I'm not going to charge you. Some realtors may make you sign into a buyer's contract, lock you in. I don't do that. I think it's kind of silly, but if you don't want to use me, you don't like me, then you're not going to use me. What I'm trying to say, the whole point of me saying you need to be represented is try to find a realtor. Hopefully you like what I have to say, and when it comes time to buy, you'll want to use me and recommend me to your friends and family. But find a realtor that you like and have to use that realtor through your purchase process, throughout from start to finish. By calling different houses and calling 30 different realtors to go see a property, it's not the right way to do it. If you do find a property you like, chances are it's going to be worse for you. Not necessarily every case, but there's an opportunity for you to get better value and better deal by using your own realtor to represent you throughout the whole process. Okay? Sure.
What if you, does every realtor have their own kind of time frame as to how long you can use them before you switch? Does that question make sense?
Well, most people that use me don't switch.
No, but I mean, like, if you have a realtor and you
Yeah,
don't really agree with like what's
Okay.
wrong, can you like choose a different realtor?
You can, it depends on what you do. I just talked about, when you get engaged with a realtor, I briefly talked about agency and being represented. I didn't really get into the full logistics of agency. When you're selling your house, you need to sign a listing contract. So now you're locked in using that realtor until the contract expires. So it could be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, whatever's in the contract. So you need to be aware of what you're signing. So a good realtor will explain to you exactly what you're signing. Not so good realtor may just get you to sign you know what you're signing. So when you're listing your house, you're locked into that contract until the end. And if it doesn't sell, then you can go find another realtor. As from a buying perspective, unless you sign a contract with that realtor saying, I'm going to use you for the next 3 months to find me a house, if you can't find me a house in 3 months, then I can switch. I don't make people sign contracts. If you don't like me, you don't like the way I work, you're going to go somewhere else. If you like what I have to offer, then you're going to use me.
And